What's that? And anyway, that's the peak. Yeah, maybe it's gonna be all fine. Hello guys, me being a little bit in the evening dress because I love it when it's fancy. I love it when you're just right after your work and go and party. And just the summer. This is just a fact that I have from summer. Guys, just cut it shortly. We're gonna trade today, we're gonna test it, and we're gonna see how it's gonna be. Me just starting that energized can actually end anyway. And that's just us. That's just us right here. Me being a little bit frozen because of these air conditioners. I love summer, and this is just the best season of the year. But it is air conditioners inside of the building, and all of the time when it started to get hot or just a little warm outside, I just, like the first time I just experienced that feeling when you just get outside on the street and you are warmer, you feel warmer than that was inside. And that's, I must say, I even love that feeling. So, while me talking about all of that stuff, because I want to share a little bit more than just trading, I've done and just finished that 10 seconds right here. But all the indicators, fractal, MACD, and RSI, currency pairs, the biggest payouts, guys, still all the same. Starting with the 600, so the sum, if it's gonna be all fine, just in the end, gonna be a nice one. And this is done. That's us again, and definitely we gotta get downward. Look at the MACD, look at the RSI, with no explanation, even with the fractal, with no other explanations, guys. We are just getting downward. The only risk that RSI already at the bottom, and but still, yes, and MACD started to play a little bit with the green candles, but I think maybe it's gonna be just fine for that period of time that we are having. Fractal now is just killing me. This is not what I want to see. And I mean, guys, of course we've been risking because at least that was the middle of the... What's that? Was it... I think that's supposed to be the lose. But that was the victory, just because maybe of the candles, because 10 seconds is quite fast, and I see the result a little bit later than it actually happened in time. Let's go further. There's actually nothing much to say about that. The only hope and the only explanation of what actually happened before, because I just paused that. I've been checking, asking some guys, have you ever actually happened to you like that? Because that definitely was the lose, but I got it as a profit. I mean, that's nice, but I don't want my profits to be accidental, or I don't want it to be a mistake. That's bad. For me, luck is not, it's not about like mistakes. It's to be quite correct, to control it, to deserve it. Okay, meanwhile, I made my second bet just because I already collected all info about that and started to think that it was definitely out of all indicators. Even fractal now already is giving us that. Guys, that's obvious. The green line of the MACD above, candles are green and above zero, and RSI and blah, blah, blah. That's not that interesting as this previous situation. Just got it. And how about this one? How about get a little bit, downward after a peak? Definitely that's the peak. And all indicators are about, what's that with the fractal? That's the peak, man. We need to get downward with no, yes. Let's see. I expected that it's going to be more drastic, but in this strategy, RSI as the indicator can help us with the speed. Out of the RSI and out of the MACD candles and MACD lines, that was definitely, or now it's definitely, that wouldn't be the drastic one. Just right after that went downward, so we were correct. That still were a plateau before, and now we were correct. And what about this one? I would also prefer maybe to enter a little bit earlier when it was the peak of the peak, but while I've been just pushing, okay, let's record that. I already lost just the moment on the very beginning, but out of the MACD and RSI is a little bit flat and just in the middle, so that could be anything after. But MACD quite sure and firmly, definitely showing us we're gonna get downward. And fractal now. Please be slow. That's fine. We were in the middle, and anyway, that's the peak. Yes, so that's gonna be all fine. That's gonna be all correct. That's anyway the slide in. That's definitely the peak. I give you my word. That's the peak because MACD lines even, yes, just now crossing that, even haven't crossed before. So I think it's gonna be safe. I need it to be safe, beautiful, clear, all with the orange candles getting downward. Look at that. Huh? Look at that. You want it to be perfect, you got it, just the plateau. Maybe it's gonna be all fine. Yes, this is just the moment when we are, yes, making that decision. We gotta get downward, we're gonna get downward. But it's actually my mistake. Look at these MACD lines. They were actually showing us, girl, and this thin, almost invisible candles and MACD lines two combined. But that was enough. And RSI were still showing that's gonna be all fine. There's no beautiful sliding, girl. Forget about that. Just as I told you, I started being so, I don't know, so, and I ended being a little bit, cannot even find the words for all of my feelings and conditions. That's just fine. That's the trading. Maybe that means that enough is enough for today and it's better be somewhere else, maybe outside, than sitting here and working. Sometimes that's the perfect recipe, just to quit and have a tiny rest.